We are in the elimination bracket. Lots of crazy things have happened on the other side of the bracket as well. Sentinels, 3-0 phase. We're sending them to the elimination bracket, which means this is going to be a tough bracket to work with, but these two teams have to get past each other first. We're going to hop on board with Manny.
So of our strongholds as this first game type, something that you'd love to see from Native Red. They love their strongholds ever since Halo 5, where they made a name for themselves.
2 caps on the board here. Camel will be picked up. Manny punches that in. Watch to see what kind of value he gets out of this, though. You see C being taken here by Complexity. He wants to make a play that'll separate these two on tower and create space for himself to walk, but he's got to watch out for these guys long haul.
This is dangerous because if the kills come through for Native Red while Manny's extending out this way, it opens up a potential trip cap, but patient plays, he's going to get damage on both, and it's going to be 2 kills, and that opens up everything as Manny is dissecting the map.
That's beautiful, just all around beautiful out of Native Red. They set up themselves perfectly to be prepared for the push going towards gold, and because of that, they're able to continue to get time on the board here. Native Red up to 30 seconds. Not going for that triple cap just yet, though.
They're waiting for the right opportunity. You don't want to overextend too early. You want to make sure that you have your perimeters established. And so far with SoulSnipe having that shock rifle in his hands, he was able to get a couple kills. And really, Complexity struggling to get forward on the map because of how often they're seeing the respawn.
Well, the respawn screen is there for suppress, so Taulek has to play this just a bit slower, just trying to hold down the glass side. You see the aggression going towards pipes. He knows there are a lot of Complexity players on that pipe side towards A. He's not going to be able to win that fight, so he gives up control of this side of the map.
A little bit of an error there from Taulek. Thought he had a little bit of extra ammo left in that shock rifle. Probably would have ripped the head of Tusk as he went around that corner, but nothing to fire when he pulled that trigger.
Complexity finally gets some points on the board. They're approaching that 10-second mark, and Tusk, he is aware of the potential push that comes through. He repositions himself and gets ready for this push on the top glass. That player does go and die inside a whirlpool, so he still maintains that top glass control, and he's able to push shots in with Karmea to clean up that that camo.
Love this back patient play from Taulek. Use the C as a bait. Eventually Tusk will take him down, but it keeps Native Red from falling into that trip cap pressure from Complexity early on. And with Suppress pushing up into this long haul with SoulSnipe, they're going to have the ability to at least contest for B.
That's exactly what they'll do. They'll not only contest, they'll try and take it. Karmea trying to be the preventative measure there. He gets traded out though, so B still not being capped here. Might be a blunder, but Suppress is going to put a lot of damage in on many players from Complexity. And because of that damage, the distraction, Native Red will cap B and will continue to mount time here on the clock. It's 60 seconds now.
It's a little bit too aggressive from Complexity when that B hill was going down. Native Red got it so close, and Complexity felt the desperate need to basically return B back to their possession, that they basically gave up a couple free kills. And, well, you can see Native Red taking advantage.
Yeah, Complexity tried to apparently push aggressively. Complexity end up going down 3, and this gives Native Red that control here on the pipe side of the map. It's going to be SoulSnipe on the top A, solidifying his spot. Watching patiently on these crosses, one of the biggest parts of Recharge, making sure that you're in these power positions to watch these crosses, and now not only did he do damage, but he gave out information as well.
Complexity is going 3 down, and the thing is they haven't gotten the possession of this rifle right here. And well, as long as Native Red keeps this in their possession, they're going to feel confident no matter what the score line is. Anytime you have this shock rifle, you really feel like it opens up the map for your team.
Yeah, he backs off Tusk right there. Tusk not able to prevent Taulek from going towards A. A is halfway capped, but just the ability of Complexity to just kind of be a nuisance on that long haul side of the map. The jump up comes through as well. Tusk is going to pay for the aggression. Taulek is going to get A, or assist to getting A, with his teammates there on that catwalk side. And Native Red running away with this.
See, Complexity's going to try to contest over at B. KingNick's the most important player. He's going to be the one that's basically as the gatekeeper to the flank potential of those players at bat ledge. Eventually, the teammates fall over at B. He tries to take the mantle of responsibility, but Taulek shuts it down, and Tusk isn't anywhere near to help capitalize on those damages at B.
He is putting his own damage in, though, towards A. And a great job getting Taulek off that top glass side. You can get that player off the top glass. You can then essentially cross through to the map. But look at that. Taulek does not care. He's still going to pepper damage into Tusk. Puts him down to no shield. Still trying to clean him up. Not able to do so just yet. Tusk playing his life phenomenally here.
Oh, Taulek, though, he was able to get the first kill with the shock rifle and then is able to find the finish on the next. KingNick suddenly finds himself isolated and his position being well known. It's only a matter of time before SoulSnipe and Taulek combine for that beatdown.
There it is, SoulSnipe and Taulek combined for the beatdown. On to Karmea. Manny gets a kill of his own as well. 2 down for each side. Taulek playing a little bit aggressively here, trying to get this C flat position.
This is a dangerous game. You're going to give Complexity a chance to basically break out of this setup that they've had established for so long because they extended through long haul to C. They left the A rotation open, and now Taulek has to find the player that's lurking from behind.
And he can't find him, and because of that, Complexity come out swinging. And they're going for that triple cap as well. B being capped as well. Camo being taken now from Tusk. And that'll be an AB cap. And there's Tusk with the aggression on the C. He gets some shots into SoulSnipe. Backs him off just a bit. Stays alive. A very valuable player with that camo, but it's just gone.
Target prioritization is so important for Native Red right there. You can't let that camouflage get away, and they're able to punish immediately. Many times it's more of a positional battle. That camo getting it to the right spot at the right time. That camo not going to play any sort of impact, and Native Red scores once again.
Oh man, I like to see on my screen it's Gilkey, the triple push through the pipes. Tusk, KingNick get 1. SoulSnipe's there to clean it up. The damage has been done, but he cleans up 2. Not able to convert on the third, and because of that, Complexity will get A and B.
SoulSnipe trying to be a one-man army right there, and I honestly don't blame him, right? He's in the right spot, right time, just gets caught out by that beatdown. Maybe plays a little bit slower at that ledge, but honestly, we're nitpicking in the micro adjustments. He tried to do his best in a 1v3 situation, ended up with 2, but just couldn't get the cigar.
Tusk cleans up 1 in the feed. The shock rifle is up. That could be utilized potentially to do some massive damage here. And it's going to be Gilkey with it in his hands. If you're a fan of Halo 3, you've seen this man perform with sniper-type weapons time and time again. Complexity bringing back this game here in terms of lead. Starting to shorten that just a bit. Approaching 125 seconds. Gilkey needs to find a pick here, though.
Let's see how Native Red decides to take this push. You can see Suppress. He's waiting in the pit. He's waiting for damage information. Once that comes in, he'll fly forward. He's able to get that first kill, and he's continuing on to his rampage. He's going to find Gilkey, and wow, beautiful play by Suppress. A beautiful job of playing that middle position. Realizing, waiting for information, and then capitalizing on what's given to him.
You saw that might have been the first time we were going for a triple cap. You see that time and time again on Recharge King of the Hill, but it is thwarted instantly by KingNick on that C-flat side. That's a great stick there onto Manny. That'll allow him to move on through. He's not going to up to Cap A, though. He wants to get some slays first. Repulse goes back. That's breakfast for everyone in the chat. There you go. Pancake served up.
Heads up play by KingNick. He knows he has to take care of the perimeter players first. You can't just get in the hill and play that reactionary Halo. Sometimes you have to take control of your own destiny. Takes care of the most important player on the map, Suppressed with a shock rifle.
Gilkey doing what you talk about time and time again, Tools, anchoring that back C side. No one's dead at the moment, so not going to really be an effect, but when people start falling, like you see on Complexity, there's a potential that position will be important as it's a really easy rotate towards A. Karmea staying alive on this A side, puts some damage in, has to shimmy around the pole. The pistol will be good. He'll get 1 trade, but that's all he'll get. 2 down for Complexity. Make that
press. Wow. Able to get those kills, and now suddenly Complexity, they're going to have a couple more chances at this. But Native Red have a very dominant position with both the crosses being occupied. Complexity has a long road ahead of them, and it's going to be a very tough break.
215 seconds now. 215 points. A double cap solidified as well. We'll see if there's a potential they can break this on through. KingNick is going to be the one to do it all the way at the bottom center of the map. Going for this A push. He knows multiple players are here. This is a big 1v1. He gets stuck. And I believe that second kill won't come through. So 2 down for Native Red. Karmea trying to make something happen. Not able to. That's 3 dead. And the last player alive is going to be Manny, and it scurries away.
Trip cap is in effect. Native Red, they were dangerously close to finishing this game, but Complexity, the counterattack has been strong, scoring 2 points per second. Native Red are in a very fragile position, and KingNick might have just made a backstabbing play, getting that double kill. Suppress is trying his best, but as he's last alive, Native Red are in a blender at the worst possible time.
Worst possible time. They just made a massive comeback. They're about to get the lead here, potentially. This triple cap is so very deadly. All Native Red needed was 9 points, and they're not going to get it. C is reset. A.
Get to C, though. SoulSnipe can get to C. No, he goes to B. They're in A and B at the same time. SoulSnipe just needs to live. The players are going to be able to transfer the hill. It's one last push by Complexity. Complexity, they're seeing the respawn screen. They're in A at the same time, though.
Yep,
2 players there. Look at Manny. He's underneath. He's going to be looking for a counter flank.
This is a big kill, big trade though. That's gonna allow Suppress to get the hill onto A. 246 to 244, Suppress gonna cap this hill.
Guilty.
Some time, there it is, 247. Someone has to get in something. 249, there it is.
Get in.
No one's gonna get in time. What are we doing here? The shop's gonna close. You gotta get in the door, man.
Honestly, I was so surprised when that trip cap happened. I want to almost go back in time and really take a look at what those spawns were, because Native Red were in the blender at this point. So we're seeing 2 points a second at this point. When KingNick says this double kill, you almost think it's over, right? 3 players going down. Suppress is last alive. He's easily tracked down. Taulek's that first player alive. He spawns over at Long Haul, right? Let's take a note of where everyone else ends up. SoulSnipe, look at that, man. He spawned over at Glass. He instantly drops down. He's going to die, but at least stop the scoring for a little bit longer, gets that damage down. SoulSnipe's playing back through the long haul. The split spawns at A. That's what makes the difference. They split over at A.
I want to see the catwalk player too at the end. Like, this is all very important, but that catwalk player that's kind of walking and slowly walking into A, I want to see why that was happening. There was obviously a reason, but like towards the end of this, like there was a player walking, just got into A a little bit late, and if he would have sprinted or been a bit faster, it's a different game.
I believe that's Gilkey. He's over at top control.
There he is. He's staying up there.
Right, that's because he's trying to work with Karmea, right? They're thinking, okay, we're going to play for B.
Okay, stay up there, that's fine, but now it's time to move. And, okay, he's sprinting a little bit here, jumps, it's just a little too late. He stayed up there too long, you know, it's all hindsight at this point, right? It's all hindsight, and that's understandable, but there it is.
Fractions of a second, they can make a difference. So even if he was there in time, I don't think he was going to be able to take 2 players down at once from 2 different positions.
Absolutely.
Would have been a very tough situation, but Solitude Slayer, our next map in the rotation. And, well, sniper on the map, player of a sniper in their name. Love to see what SoulSnipe can do on this.
Here we go. Game number 2, Native Red lead 1-0 versus Complexity. Complexity looked really strong there, though, showing some promise in this series. We have not been to a Game 5 just yet on the LVT broadcast. But I'm going to say it right now. This is the moment. We got to have a Game 5.
I don't think there's been any broadcast that's had a Game 5 this tournament.
Well, yeah, there was. There was an Optic that was in a Game 5 versus Sentinels yesterday.
That was a Game 5?
Yep.
Huh, cool.
Sentinels won the Game 5 yesterday versus Optic.
Yeah, they did win a Game 5.
Yep.
One Game 5.
There was one Game 5 that I know of. Yep.
One Game 5.
Which is kind of crazy, to be honest. I would love to see more. And Game 5s are the most fun thing in the world to me, and I need one at least. Can we please just get one here? We'll see. It's going to be up to Gilkey and Squad on this Complexity roster to tie it up. We're on Game 2 now. It's going to be Solitude Slayer.
Yeah, I love this from Gilkey and Karmea. They're working in tandem to secure that sniper, but they're not worried about getting to the sniper right away. Rather, they bait the players in Native Red in and then use their positions to win that battle.
Oh, Gilkey's not going to win his fight. Taulek does come back up. He doesn't go. He finally goes down there at the very end. Manny's going to get a double, though, in trade for it.
Someone pick up the sniper. They're looking for it there. He's got his eyes on it.
Yeah, he's going to grab that thing. It's nice and blue. He can see it clearly. And picks it up. Complexity skin. Going to whiff one. Oh, great collapse there by Native Red.
Yeah, they just found the right spot behind enemy lines. It was going to be Tusk. That was that first player up. Not being heard from Manny over in that top position. Just tough spot. Oh, my God. Talk about a lucky quantum translocator. His head was almost taken off.
He's alive still. Great QT being utilized. Goes towards top center, decides to back off towards bottom now. He's spotted and called out, uses the QT once again. Still getting spotted and peppered away. Taulek just trying to play his life as best as possible. Finally gets his shields back. Now he can make a move here, and he does just that, getting the kill on Karmea.
Yeah, and the pros have great discipline with that quantum translocator. Sometimes there's a tendency to try to zip around all across the map with that thing, but at the end of the day, position priority is going to be #1. Oh, wow, great insta-explode by KingNick.
Yeah, very good. Prevents the triple kill from happening. Gives his team a little bit of a cushion here, a 2-kill cushion, that is. Now pushing on aggressively. SoulSnipe's not weary of him on the light rifle side. KingNick not missing a shot, gets the double. Quantum translocator coming up. He wants more, but he ends up going down.
Suppress is trying to do his best to stay alive, but Complexity, they seem to have these high positions in which they can look down on everyone, but huge. Manny staying alive for that long, able to get back, get that kill. It pulls Karmea out of an important position on the map, and you can start to see Native Red not feeling as much of that pressure anymore. They'll have a little bit more freedom to move about.
Yeah, heads up play there by SoulSnipe though, right? He was the last player alive on his team, spotted out the last player in Gilkey on the side of Complexity, cleans him up, and is continuing on this tear. The repulse comes through, it's not gonna be enough, but it'll push that player back, and it's 17-16 now, a 1-kill lead for Complexity, a very fragile lead.
Quantum translocator in, Manny. He's backing up his team. They want to try to get through this yard. That information's going to be known.
Oh,
Great bait and switch. The sticky comes through. It's a double for Manny. He's still putting damage down.
Oh, wow.
And Tusk, there's nothing you can do. There's 3 players coming for you.
Wow, that's a great collapse right there though, right? 3 players ensures that that player is no longer influencing spawns on this side of the map. Surprise does have the sniper though in the hands of Native Red, and he's going to be making things happen with that. Still alive, I believe, on that snipe side. And here comes the push from Complexity. It's up to SoulSnipe to prevent any damage from being caused here. But unfortunately, Tusk is going to put that away and gets that kill instead.
Got these players from Complexity slowing down. Oh my god. Taulek checks every corner with the right one. He just wraps back around, but he didn't want to take that fight without his team help being there. And once that team help comes, it's an easy enough finish for these players. Smart heads-up play by Taulek.
Yeah, Native Red in general are just so good at collapsing together, and they do it again. Now they force the spawns over at blue, as all of Complexity were dead. Those blue players do, well, they get, actually one of them gets spawned on snipe, but they rotate towards the snipe side. They decide to take snipe 4, and that will force Suppress off of his perch. But a 6-kill lead for Native Red still. A lot to chip away at if you're Complexity.
Yeah, Gilkey's in this bottom position. He's trying to patrol and find a unique angle, but I'd almost like to see him overextend. I want to see him try to find that unique route and which he can get behind those enemy lines. Right now, Complexity, they're tiptoeing around Native Red. I think they're paying them with just a little bit too much respect.
That's the thing too, yeah, just slowing down the game. Sometimes you just got to be confident in your ability, and right now Native Red are taking advantage of things.
Look at this spawn trap. They have players over at blue and loop. That's going to force all of Complexity over at that sniper tower, and well, it's just a matter of time before this collapse comes to fruition for Native Red. You need to see some crazy pivotal kills right here for Complexity.
Yeah, Karmea only has 1 nade to use. He's got a quantum translocator. Gonna pop that, gets the assist. That was good shots by Gilkey. Listening to that communication, Taulek is gonna chow that. That's a mind game right there that he's playing, but he doesn't end up going down, and Karmea is not able to get the kill, so it's a win for Native Red.
An incredible job by Karmea right there. Using that quantum translocator, gets him out of a sticky situation. Opens up the map for the rest of his team, and they take advantage. Really just phenomenal effort right there when they're put back into a spawn trap to fight out of it and gain some map position.
Great use of the thrust there to make sure to clean up that kill onto Gilkey. That's going to be Karmea dropping to his death. That's a double.
Oh, he's got instant access.
Yeah, he's looking for more. He wants them on the blue, but he backs up.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The spawns are a little bit more finicky in this game. When we're talking to Sika over on Quadrant, what they're talking about is you need to ensure you have everything blocked. In Halo 5, there's a lot more freedom to manipulate those spawns. In Halo Infinite, it tries to split spawn you almost at all points in time.
And you got to be ready for those split spawns. And unfortunately, Complexity's not really been too ready in this matchup thus far. 36-26, a 10-kill lead for Native Red.
Here comes the flank.
Pushing in. That's beautiful out of Gilkey. That's a beautiful kill.
Yeah, that's a great kill by Gilkey. I was a little nervous for a second that Taulek was going to do something nasty. with that bandit rifle, but thing is, you gave SoulSnipe the sniper with 6 bullets left and a massive lead to play with. Oh, it almost feels like GG.
Yeah, how will he convert with this? He's looking for players right now. He's in a perfect spot to have a lot of sights and angles to work with. Looking.
Ooh, he hit that. That's crazy.
That's a body from long distance. QT is up as well. Tusk playing his life on the pillar. Down to 1 shot. No one cleaning him up, though.
There is no pillar there. It's a headshot.
He's done. Yeah, it's over for him. 3 dead.
If only your bullets could go through walls. Let's get a special sniper rifle. You know, a little variant.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, just like, you know, have it only spawn a couple bullets. SoulSnipe, beautiful clean up there. Great job by Native Red to collapse, though. But look at this. The lead's diminished. 35-41 now. Complexity starting to make their way back. And they've also got the quantum translocator. If the KingNick can stay alive, it'll be huge, and he does.
Stay alive. Make sure you get your trades. That's the name of the game for Native Red.
5 kills now. Taulek looking for an opportunity to push in. Not going to be able to, though. Has to back up. This is a good play, though. His teammates are right here, and they're going to get pushed from the blue side.
Yeah, don't get caught out chasing, right? Everything just needs to be traded. Stay with your teammates. Great nades from KingNick, though, are going to break everything apart.
We're talking a 10-kill lead down to 3 now.
Yeah, this is a huge swing. But Taulek wins a huge one-on-one, and damn, Suppress, he tries to take that fight. I almost wish he was a little bit more patient with it. If he was, he may could have gotten that free kill instead. Complexity continues on. They're trained. It might be a little too late, but my God, are they close.
Yeah, it's up to Tusk right here to stay alive. He's in a bad spot. SoulSnipe's here to try to take him out. SoulSnipe gets a kill onto KingNick. 42-46 now. Great win by Tusk, but he gets taken out by Manny.
Huge kill by Manny. If he lets Tusk get away right there, Complexity are staying expanded on the map. Now look at Complexity, all congested over at Tower. This is free reign for Native Red to get damage, and look how Native Red spread on the map. They're getting angles from multiple places on the map to try to finish off these kills.
Yeah, as small as a play as you thought that was, it ended up turning into this. It's a snowball effect in the game of Halo Infinite, and now we're approaching 49 and about to be 50.
Wow.
That'll be it. Native Red extend the series lead 2-0.
Great kill by Suppress at the end. Under pressure from 2 players, one from up high, one in front of his reticle. He stays steady, gets the perfect shot, and doesn't allow that game to continue on anymore.
Now we move on to Empyrean CTF, a chance for Native Red to completely shut this series down. This is the elimination bracket. And honestly, we've got a lot of work to do here for Complexity, but it's definitely possible. The reverse sweep can start now. But, you know, to be honest, if you look at the score sheet, these games have been very close. So they have a chance.
Yeah, it's
first one much closer than the second.
Yeah,
right?
it's just gonna be tough for Complexity.
Yeah.
Native Red, it seemed like they were a little bit slow at times in that strongholds. Like I said, Growing Pains was suppressed, but Complexity, they definitely have the ability. The talent is there. I want to take a look at this damage. Gyoku 43. Look at the damages from Native Red, though. They're all hitting that 4K. SoulSnipe at 36, but that can be explained by SoulSnipe because he's the one with the sniper rifle. So if you have the sniper, you're not getting those BR shots down range, so your damage can be a little bit deceptive
good call.
At the end of games.
Very good call. But yeah, all above like 4.2K. We'll see if Complexity can. We'll see if they have more gas in the tank. At this point, it's just about it. It's an energy game. A lot of fundamental plays are happening though in these games, and it's fundamental Halo that needs to be played, especially when you have a new addition on your team. You just got to kind of go back to the roots. And you know, like you said, those growing pains will be a thing, but the more games you get, you know, you almost want to go in the losers bracket if you're Native Red, because the more games you get, the more practice you get, the more chance you have to bring this home, you know?
Empyrean flag is a gauntlet, right? Usually not gonna come down to the score, but rather the time. We saw a 1-0 finish earlier today when Quadrant played it.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the same happens.
It's kind of crazy because back in the day in Halo 3, it was some games were so fast, and I know they can be in this as well, but we'll see if there's a potential of this game going the distance. It was put down from 5 to 3, so we'll see if it goes the distance this time. But regardless, I just want to shout out the entire community that's here with us. You guys are incredible. We've definitely appreciate your support this weekend. Everyone that's resubbed, used their Twitch Prime here, anything. Thank you guys very, very much for letting us do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, close to 1,000 on the day.
Very close.
1,000 subs. I mean, hey, that's a crazy amount of support that you guys have been giving us. We appreciate everyone that's been coming through, subbing to the channel, watching these elimination bracket games. Honestly, we wouldn't be able to do what we're able to do here without you guys supporting us at home, and we just hope to continue on putting a show for you guys. And well, it looks like they're putting on a show over on the main stage right now.
Oh, Space Station got 1, huh? Okay. Optic was up 2-0. Space Station answer back with 1, and now we're tied up at 1 in Argyle CTF. 35 seconds left.
Space Station have 3 alive. I mean, they're the ones that are closer into the base of Optic. Look at Bound. He's in the very back right there. He's just waiting. So Bound's not going to try to pull this flag until he knows they have the slays.
Sneaky play.
Oh, he gets that first pick. APG comes back for it, but that's going to push all of Optic further back into their base.
Oh, beautiful job.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that worked.
Beautiful angle right there. Using that right side. He did get a melee, kind of pushed through the wall, but regardless, QT's coming up. 3 seconds.
They're playing for overtime.
Overtime. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have overtime.
What are the stats looking like? Trippy, 21 and 15. Lucid had an incredible last game. It was crazy. Like, he said, look on his face. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but
oh, they're gonna.
I think it was extended. Yeah, it was extended to. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why did they end it?
Yeah, I don't know. But they'll go to overtime. First cap wins, and we'll see. We'll see what that does. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That face Lucid make. When he,
Yeah. So, Optic. Man, this could be such a huge upset in this tournament. If Optic are able to get through Space Station, it feels like Space Station has had their number the last few times. And now Optic can really make this tournament flip on its head. I mean, who would have thought that neither Space Station nor FaZe would be in the winner's final if Optic can pull this off?
That's crazy. It's I don't know. It's like a willingness to try and improve, and I'm sure they'll have a documentary we can watch to kind of see what exactly the process was, but I would assume it just takes.
See what you did there.
I would assume it just takes going back, watching some stuff, fixing some things. But yeah, so definitely a rough placing last event. Definitely not what Optic wanted. But Space Station to me have always been that quiet Titan. They remind me a little bit like a final boss. Like they're that quiet Titan that a team that's just phenomenal, but doesn't get in any drama, doesn't really talk to anyone, doesn't stream, just quiet, just does what they got to do.
It's just their job. What is? They gotta look. They're drying their hands off.
Oh.
They're drying their hands off. So, formal. They're getting their hands all dry. That being said, guys, we're gonna let the main casters take it for a little bit. We're waiting for the Bravo station to get back from their bathroom break. So, when they get back, we'll be back.
Immediately. Big kind of responsive kills that come in from Lucid. And we don't always talk about this, but those were big enforcer kills, right? Stellar is on a wild spree, probably almost on a frenzy, and Lucid to pop out and out-snipe him, pretty big deal, right? He does it twice, and you get maybe just a little bit in your opponent's head with big kills like that. And you don't always have game types that allow that. A lot of Halo game types are so fast-paced that you don't really have those enforcer moments. But for Lucid to be able to fly out-snipe Stellar and say, this is also my map, slow it down here, we want to hear the green wall chants back in the building, to then get a flag on the board after that was a big statement, and that will just be one flag that determines the victory between these two.
I mean, one thing that was impressive for me in those final moments of the game as well is Optic get that flag on the board, right? They tie the game up, but then they start to play what I would describe as un-Optic. They start to be hyper-aggressive. They look to win that game. They look to keep the momentum on their side. They fly inside of the SSG base, and that's what SSG are known for, right? They gave them a taste of their own medicine, and they were always just 1-2 kills away. Maybe the timing was a few seconds off of those kills falling back to back to back to get that flag moving, but I love what I'm seeing from Optic in those situations. They are not second-guessing themselves. They're not just playing for angles. They're playing to get in the face of their opponents.
One thing that was also really interesting there, we looked at the opening of the game, and you saw it on both sides. You saw Penguin doing it for quite some time, then you saw Formal doing it for quite some time. They were desperately going for these back base holds, which I think there's a lot to be said about them, and a lot of two-base, two-tower maps that works in CTF, but they both abandoned that strategy. If you kind of noticed, they no longer were playing back base and back stairs. Instead, they went back to the traditional hold to one side, force an elbow Turbo spawn, Force, and Engine spawn. So it's interesting to see them both relying on that strategy and trying to make that happen. In the end, they abandon it to get flags on the board.
Well, this is the elimination bracket. This is what the loser of this game is going to find themselves in. And if you're looking at the bottom of the screen right now, you can see Quadrant. They beat Shopify Rebellion 3-0, and they keep their run going. Problem for them now is they've got what can only be described, and I would imagine, as a very pissed off FaZe clan to play against in their next game. Native Red, you can see they're 2 up on complexity as well, and I'm hearing in my ears as well that Quadrant versus FaZe will be on main stage next. So that one, oh, that's going to be fun.
That is going to be fun. And also on the same side, keep in mind, FaZe coming off of a 0-3 whooping. They're going to know that Quadrant's going to be ready to play as well. Hey, I have to say whooping. Whooping. They told me I can't say the other word anymore.
Okay, fair.
Has to be a whooping. Well, that's going to be a fantastic series, though. Quadrant versus FaZe, as we said, so much to play for there. For those teams to both be in the elimination bracket with their tournament lives on the line at this stage in a Saturday is pretty surprising, to say the least, and that's going to be dangerous. But before we get there, of course, we need the victor of Optic versus Space Station. As we said, one flag going to decide this game, potentially the series. However, SSG going to be looking to force a game.
Hey, I'll just build in the anticipation a little bit more, right, with the little reset before we get into this game. And like we say, when we do rejoin, it's next flag wins. There's no mistakes to be made. And to be fair, Argyle was usually next flag wins a lot of the time with just the low scoring nature of the game. But if there is a game 5 on the horizon here and SSG managed to take this game home, what does that do to Optic? If we send it to a game 5 and they can't get it done, being 2 up on SSG. A lot of ifs, of course. A lot of ifs, a lot of Halo to be played until we get to that situation.
Starts to ask a lot of questions, right? Questions start to be raised in an even more serious tone than they might have already been raised this season. Optic, however, looking very strong, not just in this series, in their prior series as well. You could make the argument very comfortably that they look like a different Optic Gaming. They look different than they did at DreamHack Dallas. They look different than they did in Arlington. Something about the air here in Salt Lake City has helped this Optic Gaming roster look like a new team. So they need to continue on here with a win in this series if they want to stay alive in the upper bracket.
Just looking ahead to what that game 5 is going to be as well. Give me 2 seconds. It is going to be Recharge Slayer. So we've already seen Recharge in this series with a little bit of Strongholds action. And that
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We left you in the middle of a series, Native Red versus Complexity. Native Red leading 2-0 against Complexity in 2 very close matches. We'll see if they can continue this in this game here. We're going to go to Empyrean CTF up next.
Yeah, honestly, this is do or die for Complexity, right? They have to come out strong. We've seen good moments from them. They were so close to beating them in game 1, but weren't able to get across the finish line.
Gilkey is no stranger to this map. Definitely a veteran on the pit here. And definitely very comfortable in this top snipe area with his weapon. You see the trades come out. Karmea gets a kill with the rockets here. That's going to initiate a little bit of control on this side of the map. Gilkey, though, has to be a little bit careful because there is still a player on that sword side, I believe. Or no, it's Tusk. He's good to go. He's completely covered on this side.
Here we go. It's a high side push from Mr. SoulSnipe right here. You start to see Native Red try to push through, force their way through the lanes. As long as Complexity stays back, keeps their power weapons in the tower, Native Red's going to try to at least jockey in to these forward positions and force Gilkey to have to look backwards instead of onwards towards that flag.
Gilkey's just putting camp down here on the top of tower. Unfortunately, not really able to connect with anything. He's got 0 kills. A lot of bullets in the snipe have been used and utilized. Manny try and stay alive here, but gets taken out. That's going to be a flag pull here for Native Red, but all the while, Complexity are 3 dead. They still have to take care of Gilkey.
Get Suppress. I love this from Suppress. Just get forward, right? Get into that mauler. It doesn't even matter if you touch that flag. What matters is that you buy time for the rest of your team to collapse in, and look at Gilkey having to stay back, reactionary to those nades. Suddenly, Complexity, they're going to start falling in the right place, right time for Native Red, but oh, that heat wave might just cause disaster.
Beautiful job by Gilkey. He waits patiently there in the cut, gets his shields back, has the heat wave to utilize. Not able to convert, though. Taulek intelligently backs up. He's not going to give his life away for free. And because of that, he's going to have a flank here and potentially a kill. No, he will not convert.
Yeah, Needler's a boom or bust, right? Sometimes you just don't get enough of those spikes to connect to get the Super Combine. It takes 13 spikes for the Super Combine.
Wow, I didn't know that. Heads up play.
Time for clip. It's kind of crazy.
That is kind of nuts, about it, honestly. A heads up play here from Taulek, just waiting for the push here out of Gilkey. Gilkey being extremely aggressive. First time passing that 50% portion of the map, gets Taulek down. Trying to pick up the kill on Suppress, but Suppress stays alive. Regardless, he's still getting pushed. Complexity still moving forward constantly, and that'll grant them these rockets.
I love the way that Karmea fought for those rockets, right? He pushes through the side of Native Red and then pushes back into those rockets. It makes it so that he's more thoughtful on the map of how he's going to get that damage in. And, well, first flag is potentially on its way back for Complexity.
Yeah, great communication there. I believe it was out of Tusk to let Karmea know the timing at which that player was going to push long haul. Doesn't matter, though. 2 go down for Complexity. This run is completely halted due to the the spawn out of SoulSnipe.
Yeah, SoulSnipe has an idea. He says, hey, you come for this?
You're done.
Lost your life. Here we go. Tusk jumps over. Oh, tough timing.
Yep.
Honestly, like, do you need a YY there? I don't know.
You don't. You don't need a YY.
Yeah, if it's me down there, I'm YY.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been asking about the Ogre Twitches. What are those, and why do people do it? And I don't know. My excuse is it keeps my hands nice and warm, but that's just an excuse at the end of the day. Tusk, a beautiful shot there. 3 down for Complexity, so that kill allows him to kind of skirt back towards his base and just kind of stay alive and prep for his teammates to spawn.
Not the greatest feeling for Tusk when you get that kill and you can't continue forward.
Yeah.
Right? You have to track all the way back, but you have to do what must be done when you're in this position. Tough shot, not going to be able to connect with that. Taulek gets the kill, and here we go.
That's a great spot for that wall, though, right? It covers that bottom where you can shoot the wall completely out and allows you to have that top banana completely free. Taulek is going to utilize his positioning on the map. There's 3 down for Complexity. Taulek gets through. This is not good for Complexity, but he does not. They stop him short.
Great route from Taulek right there. Gets as much coverage as possible. It's because his teammate was over by those stickies and picked him up, which allowed him to run through there without the danger of those remote detonations. But Complexity still has enough fight for at least one more chance to stop this flag.
Oh my gosh, great job by Karmea. He put so much damage in, but an even better job by Native Red to fight off this push from Complexity. The nades come out, Suppress gets a kill. It's a 2v2 situation, but the flag will be returned.
Yeah, damage was enough. It kept Native Red from flying forward and having the ability to contest in that position. Though Native Red, it does feel like they're still winning some of these slaying battles at the moment. Complexity being very resilient in their game.
It's actually crazy. Most recently we're definitely seeing them win somewhat of the battles, but you can look at the kill sheet. It's kind of like completely even right now, which is nuts. Just due to the fact that it just feels like Native Red have been in control most of this time. There's the Rockets. They play a factor here. They play a factor in killing their teammate.
Honestly, that might have been a Secret Service agent protecting that player over at Banana. That is, I don't even blame SoulSnipe. I would have said you maybe could have held that rocket, but my God, your teammate just said, "Get down, Mr. President," in front of that thing.
Rocket will fly towards Mauler. It's not going to connect though. Karmea gonna make him pay with a cleanup onto SoulSnipe. SoulSnipe the first one to go down for Native Red. Manny's gonna join him though in just a moment there, and he does, but Native Red's still doing just an incredible job at holding down the fort.
Great job by Suppress, using that nuke combo for its advantage generation, getting that shot down range. And you'll notice this from Native Red. What they love to do is they love to spring players forward and try to get them to the Mauler. What Complexity's done is they've made sure that they keep extending all the way over to that high lane by long haul in order to shut down these pushes.
Karmea shuts down a push here from Native Red. This play's a bit slow, it looks like. Just waiting for that opportunity to kind of push on through. Here comes the push from SoulSnipe. All by his lonesome, decides to push on the green. He ends up going down pretty quickly there. Karmea trying to find an answer, throws a couple nades, not going to connect on any of them. And because of that, Complexity will go down one down, and Native Red will as well. Taulek is down for Native Red, so back and forth
I'd like
here.
to see Manny try to get forward.
Yeah.
There was an open lane for that little bit of time, but with Tusk running back with that sniper rifle, it's going to prevent Manny from getting any further ahead. Now that Native Red has pushed so consistently on the long haul side, I think it's time to change up your game plan. You start sending players over towards Sword and try to throw complexity off.
Oh, love that, and I love suppressed snipe as well. The triple kill cleans up 3 of them. This is the opportunity now for Native Red to push on through. The problem is complexity have killed 2 as well. So all that work Suppress just did doesn't matter too much. All it does is give him a little bit of control on the map.
And new kid on the block making some big plays. Tusk still has that sniper on the side of complexity though, and basically fighting for these rockets. Suppress gets another power weapon in his hand.
You called Suppress the X Factor. He's 18-11 in this game. He wants to close out this series right now, and he has the opportunity to do so. Rockets and Sniper stays alive for a very long period of time. They're looking for him, but they can't find him. They can't clean this up, and because of that, he comes out and continues to provide damage and assists, and he's not stopping.
Love this. Look at Taulek. Look at Taulek. He's overextending. Tusk is the last player alive. They know his position. They take care of it, and if Taulek can beat the spawners, this is going to be the first flag grab.
Well, Taulek can't, but Suppressed is there. Right after he gets the kills, he goes with the flag, runs it towards the needle side, and he potentially will get this in, but this push is coming in. It's up to Manny to stop this.
Drop shield, oh
The wall
my.
just blocks so much damage, but Manny's not done.
Man, I thought we were in Utah, not China. That's the Great Wall if I've ever seen one.
Oh, KingNick's gonna get a massive kill here. Manny, he's trying to clean things up as well. All of Native Red flying in. This flag is gonna get returned. No, it gets stopped there. I thought it was a little bit closer to the end. Manny gets it in. That's the first cap of the game.
Taulek started that flag run. He finishes that flag run for his team by making a huge double kill at the end of that run. Oh my God, that drop shield was almost enough for complexity, basically neutralizing so much of that grenade damage that Native Red thought would connect, but it was just not enough firepower to get through.
Tusk is able to put a lot of cross damage in to Native Red there. That'll allow them to get 2 kills, but Native Red has SoulSnipe, who's pushing in aggressively from behind, and beautiful flank will give him the sniper to work with, and potentially even the double! It does it! And he goes for more. He's looking for the spawners potentially after Sword, but my goodness gracious, what a shot.
Yeah, it's almost second nature to him. It was just a beautiful flick, and now having 2 snipers in just over 2.5 minutes,
Wow.
his game feels over.
He's not stopping. He wants more. This is called Flow State, ladies and gentlemen. Very difficult to get into, but once you do, you can't be pulled out. Coming off the back of Suppressed 20 and 14, SoulSnipe starting to heat up.
For these angles, SoulSnipe, he doesn't necessarily have to play towards that long haul side now because they're not necessarily worried about getting another flag cap. As long as he can find players on rotation, they're going to have success. Needs to hit that shot. So what this does is it's going to let the overshield fall to KingNick. Yes. Overshield for KingNick. Complexity has a real chance right here.
They have a real chance to tie this up. Native Red are up 1.
That's tough.
KingNick is
That's
just in
tough.
the crossfire of so many players, and he ends up going down so quick.
I love the pre-fire onto Manny right there. Manny was giving a shoulder. It just would not connect. And
Another rocket. Oh, the repulse doesn't hit him, though. But Manny's going to get the kill anyway. You get more.
yeah, it's insane for Manny. Great reaction time with that repulse. And it's going to stop that push from complexity. Oh my God, he almost hit that repulse once again to send it back.
That would be a repulse on the plasma pistol is something else. A rocket, I understand. You always know a rocket's going to come out, but that plasma pistol is just so quick. The flag is returned. 1 minute and 10 seconds left, Tools. Complexity don't have a lot of options here. Which one do you choose? They've got to get some slays, but when Native Red is not missing, it's really difficult. 3 down.
They're not being able to play forward. There's just not enough support there. Gilkey gets up high, but it's going to come down to these first initial slays. And
Oh.
that nade could have opened up everything.
Yep. SoulSnipe's going to be up there for free now. Not taking much damage as well. So Gilkey's going to be forced to back up, and I believe that was a flank from SoulSnipe once again, or I believe he was on top tower. Yeah, he's on top tower, putting massive amounts of damage in, and now he's going to get Karmea. That's a triple kill for SoulSnipe.
He wants the overkill to finish it, but they're just taking their victory lap. And honestly, impressive game from SoulSnipe. I think even more impressive game from Suppress. Newest guy on the team, 25 kills, 14 assists, and 17 deaths in this victory. You needed your new guy to step up. He steps up huge, and it's a one final desperate push from Complexity that Native Red need to stave off.
Yeah, they've got 3 on that Needle side, though. We'll see if they're able to make anything happen of it. There's only 3 seconds remaining. They get the flag pull. Instantly killed, though, but that will initiate the pie chart at the bottom center of your screen. And yeah, I don't think
I love that play from Suppress, right? He gets that kill, he instantly expands out. He doesn't need to stand on that flag and try to instant return. It's more about making sure no one can come through. They get the kills. Native Red get the 3-0 victory, and we're going to bounce right over to our Game 5 of Optic Gaming versus SSG as we listen in to the Alpha Casters.